what's happened in the last video.
It's like, ooh, I see something! Ugh!
And here is more MrDudeManSir.
The snowfall grew stronger, and now it's real snow. I like how it just says like a few dots of snow, and it's like, it's a whole snowstorm, guys! We're gonna get snowed in! But there's only a few specks falling from the sky. Midnight. I was about to leave, but suddenly someone emerged from the... Oh, yeah! Hey! It was clearly a girl, and she had a long ponytail hanging. Yeah! She stood with her back to me, so I couldn't make out her face. Excuse me, has the last bus already left? She asked without turning to me. Where can she be heading to so late? The 410 must be most cursed around the city. Not only does it sometimes take people away to another reality, but it can even arrive when you want. It can't arrive when you want it to. There's one more bus coming, just after midnight, I think. Thank you. The smile was clear in her voice. And sometime I just sat silently examining the... Okay, there's a stalker from behind. Finally she spoke. Where are you going so late? Is that really that interesting for her? Just having a walk. I answered thoughtfully. And you, are you here for something important? Well, not really. Just going home. Where do you live? I couldn't help asking. Far, far away. In galaxies. She said vaguely. And I live nearby. It's a good area. I would say there couldn't be a worse one. I didn't have too many options. You don't like it? I don't know, I just got used to it by now. I think that people can be happy anywhere they want. Perhaps. Well, think of it. People live in a North Pole and stations, I mean. And the Sahara Desert. And many other places. It's people themselves. But, I mean, they could be, like, burning. They could be freezing. Doesn't mean they're happy. It's difficult to disagree with you. My comment sounds so philosophical that I unconsciously smiled. You don't sound too honest to me. Now, why would you say that, madame? She laughed quietly. I think you're a good person. Now she turned and... I realized by her voice, stature, and everything else seemed familiar to me. Slavya stood in front of me. For a moment I lost the ability to speak, but just for a moment. Of course, it couldn't just be a girl that looks like Slavya from my dream. Or am I experiencing strongest deja vu? The city is not a pioneer camp, but I am not wearing a uniform, and it's not summer now. Trying to convince myself that it's just an illusion, I decided to ask a question. Have we met before? She carefully inspected me and smiled. No, we haven't. But your face is familiar. You, had you ever been to a pioneer camp as a kid? No! That's for... well, I was gonna say for little kids, but... she would have been a little kid. She laughed. When I was born, they'd already been disbanded. Oh, right. Although, I had a dream recently. She thought for a second. Me too. He just responds me too as if he thinks it's the same dream, but everyone has dreams. I mean about the pioneer camp. Maybe that's where we've met. The girl said seriously. Possibly. By the way, the name is Slavya. Actually, my full name was Slavanya. Cool. Slavyana? Slavna? I don't know how to pronounce that. But everyone calls me Slavya. You can do that too. I was about to tell her what I know, but then I stopped short. After all, is it that important to know why Slavya from my dream is standing right here, right now in front of me at this frozen stop at Charm bus number 410? After all, there are dreams that you don't want to wake up from. And mine is Semyon. What a lovely name. It starts with an S too. We're so similar. So you live far away, don't you? Well, not really. She named the district. I thought it would be somewhere in the south. Why? Maybe because you look like a pioneer. Oh, and you're pioneers. Oh, you and your piety. Slavya laughed. Maybe we would never meet if it was not for them. Why? Her expression became serious. Just a joke. Listen, do you agree that the world exists because we believe in it? That's some kind of suggestive idealism. This game just suggests that everyone is some sort of philosophical creature, but it's great. Slavya thought for a bit. The school of philosophy became close to me recently. Well, I don't know. I'm not good with these subjects. What are your subjects then? She smiled. Different ones. No doubt, that's kind of what it means. But it's been a few minutes since we met. But it seems like we've been much longer. For some reason I've got the same feeling. An awkward pause followed. The snowfall had eased, but there was still no bus. I looked at my watch and assumed that it won't arrive at all. Slavya seemed to feel even colder by now as her cheeks grew more red and her hands were now moving frenetically. That's an English word, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Trying to warm her body. Seems like the 4:10 bus is done for today. I guess. She said sadly. Is he gonna like invite her to his house? I still have to put myself together. What? You can stay at my place. But we've just met! Exactly! She didn't seem frightened even a tiny bit. Yes, I understand, but it's so cold outside. Aren't you afraid? Well, isn't it the girl that's supposed to be afraid? A random stranger just asked him to come into her house? I don't know. She looked at me playfully. Me? Should I be? Who knows? Who knows? I just suggested. I don't think any of that sort. I just started to make excuses. I understand. She laughed. If you don't mind, of course. Even though it seemed impossible, she flushed even more. Should we... I'm gonna have to put a lot of things together now. Cause the last thing they promised when they were in the bus before they teleported back here was that they would live in the same house together. And now they are doing it. Should we go? Let's wait a bit longer, maybe it will arrive. Okay. So what do you do in your spare time? I walk on the street. Slavya asked for a while. Well, work at home kinda. I just couldn't tell her that I do nothing. Sounds good. Why? Don't know. You have a lot of free time. You don't have to go anywhere and so on. And you? I asked, trying to change the subject somehow. I'm studying. Getting an ethnographer's degree? What is it? Yeah, exactly! Slavya asked seriously. Never mind. I'll be an ecologist. Well, a career to be proud of. We chatted about random things and the bus was still nowhere to be seen. It was past 1 already. Time passed by so fast. I guess Slavya understood my thoughts. Shall we go? She smiled. I stood up and headed slowly to my house. She carefully held it onto my arm and looked into my eyes. You know, I'm sure that this year will be better than the previous one. He's gonna go bun-uh. Did it. Comfy guy! Achievement get. No. I'm not sure how I feel about this round, actually. Compared to the other ones, I don't like it. It's good in its own right, but not as much as the other ones. It's more of a sappy love story. This one. Eh. It's still good. Like, look at the CG. Look at it! Okay, it changed, but it was a good one. It was good. Slavya still turned out to be a little bit vanilla, like I figured. So, meh. It's good. It was good though. You got a gold button, alright. It's all worth it.